Design lighting levels. There's currently no place to document design lighting levels in a space on energy compliance forms, on certificates of compliance. There's no place for the designer to do that. So just go ahead and read your light meter and go from there. Now, some design levels are recommended by the Illumination Engineering Society of North America. But these are not the law. They're not rules. They're recommendations. Although there are some rules on minimum illumination values. A lamp produces electric illumination if it is installed in a luminaire. Here's a definition of a luminaire from the code. We will feel free to refer to the 2015 Appliance Efficiency Regulations as Title 20 in this course, as this code document is contained within Title 20 and is referred to throughout the 2016 Building Energy Efficiency Standards as, quote, the Title 20 Appliance Efficiency Regulations, also known as Article 4 of Chapter 4 of Title 20. Modern incandescent lamps, the better ones at least, will have a small halogen assembly in here. Halogen assemblies have characteristics that are better than standard incandescent because the filament can reach a higher temperature. The filament is kept from evaporating, burning open, or melting away by a mixture of gases in the lamp that cause the metal to be redeposited on the filament. Fluorescent tubes are more complex. Fluorescent tubes work by ionizing a mercury vapor, so it's all about keeping the mercury within the tube excited. It needs to be in a vapor, and then it's going to be ionized by an electric field. The cathode assemblies, which are actually filaments, glow at high temperatures. This heat helps to vaporize mercury vapor in their vicinity. If sufficient mercury vapor exists in the tube, it is ionized by high voltage. When the mercury vapor is ionized, it largely produces ultraviolet light, which isn't any good. It's not what you're interested in. But the ultraviolet light excites phosphorus on the inside of the tube's surface. The phosphor mixture then produces the visible light we want. Since the mercury vapor can tend to condense within the tube at room temperature and below, there are some special considerations with fluorescent lamps. When you install new fluorescent lamps, they need to be run for a while before they will meet their specifications. Okay, it's called lamp seasoning or burn-in. These lamps also require a warm-up period during use, even after they've been broken in. And you can see that on your light meter. You can see that they come up and then they increase over a short period of time, 3 to 5 minutes. Their lumen output increases, and then they decrease a little due to self-heating. The rated life of a fluorescent lamp. When you install new fluorescent lamps, they will have a rated life based on actual failure of lamps. A light-emitting diode assembly is assumed to be at the end of its rated life when it is dimmed down 30% from its initial full lumen output. So these are different. Fluorescent lamp life based on failure of a sample group. LEDs based on when they have dimmed down to 70% or less of what they had going out of them in the first place. Here's an official CFL that you can use non-residential and claim its wattage direct because it's got these GU24 push and twists on the base. Here's another official lamp. Residential, anything like this, during this code cycle, the 2016 code cycle, was considered high efficacy because it has pins. Okay? It has 4 pins, which means it has filaments in between those pins, which means it should be dimmable on a dimming ballast. Induction fluorescent lamps were used for a bit in street lights and such. It's just a fluorescent lamp, but there are no cathodes, no filaments, no electrodes penetrating this glass envelope. Okay? The mercury vapor inside the tube is excited by, close enough, excited by a coil, and radio frequencies are stuck into the tube and they excite the gas. We also have HID lighting. HID lighting comes in probe start, where the plasma is struck down here and then it shoots across the tube, and pulse start. These are your official California types. They're higher efficacy, and they are started with a high voltage pulse across the tube.